what I'm talking about is there's a problem that many Australians are facing. They may or may not be aware of, but what I see quite often is a lot of people are sticking their head in the sand about this issue. And that is that superannuation is not going to be enough to provide for a comfortable retirement. In fact, when you do the numbers on most people, when we sort of have a look at what they've got in superannuation when they want to retire, generally that's going to provide around about 30 to 50% of what they actually need to live a comfortable retirement. And if we look at a typical scenario, so someone who has about 300,000 in super, they've got around about 20 years to retirement, and they have a desired income in retirement of 50,000. So by retirement, if they get a pretty reasonable return on their super over the next 20 years, they're probably looking at ending up with a lump sum of around about 830,000. So what's that going to deliver them? If they invest that and get what I would say would be a reasonable average return of around about 4.5%, they're probably looking at around about $37,000 a year in income, which probably doesn't sound too bad. You're going, okay, that's not too far off that 50. The issue, however, is that's $37,000 in 20 years' time. So that's not what $37,000 is going to be worth in terms of purchasing power, because obviously what we also have to account for is the impact of inflation. So once we bring that back to today's dollars, we're talking something closer to 20,000. So there's still about another 30,000 in income that needs to be made up. Realistically, that person in the next 20 years, what they actually need in terms of an asset base, and I'm talking investable asset base, is more like around about $2 million. So there's around about a $1.17 million shortfall. If you do look at the numbers, and actually if you look at some of the averages in terms of super balances at the moment, there's a lot of Australians who are probably in their sort of mid 40s to early 50s that are sitting somewhere in that ballpark at the moment.